Helen Okon. You are on Business Review Africa. Today I'll be speaking with Mr. William EZEAGU, who is the Director, Product Development Department of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. He's going to tell us more about aflatoxin and what the agency has been doing in terms of ensuring that we have aflatoxin-free Nigeria. Thank you. In your council, in terms of having aflatoxin, free Nigeria, in terms of the products that you have.
Thank you, Helen, and I want to appreciate your Business Africa for the wonderful work you are doing. On the aflatoxin issue, I think Nigerian Export Promotion Council is one of the first institutions to respond to the problem of aflatoxin in Nigeria. As far back as 2013, when Nigeria received a lot of alert, we call it alert, a rapid alert from the EU on rejection of Nigerian agricultural products as a result of many issues. Aflatoxin just happened to be one of them. And so we responded as a council by mobilizing farmers, processors, those in the value chain, in the agricultural value chain, and trying to let them know the danger in aflatoxin in food and non-food products. So we also linked up with the Research Institute, because when we look at the test research on aflatoxin, we discovered that it's not purely a production-based issue. Yes, it's not at the farm gate that you get all that. Where you get it actually is at storage and product handling. So based on that, we invited the relevant institutions whose mandate covers those areas. Knowing that Nigerian Export Promotion Council, we are not a science-based institution, we are just market-driven institution. So based on that, we invited them, invited raw material, invited Nigerian Store Research Institute, invited the ITA, invited many of them, and so actually we use them. When we discovered the issue, we now use them to mobilize farmers, to sensitize farmers on dangers of aflatoxin. So as early as 2013, we are doing a lot. In fact, we had about 16 states covered by our sensitization program. We're moving from state to state talking about aflatoxin. And remember, aflatoxin is part of mycotoxin, which is has to do with getting food. It grows in food, and it's as a result of sometimes unethical storage. So based on that, we now begin to talk about good agricultural practices, which is key to that. We're also talking about good storage practices, so talking about good warehousing practices, including transportation, because those are the issues, the areas where these things can develop. So exactly, we did a lot of sensitization, which culminated in ITA starting the program on their research on aflatoxin. And after they came out with their aflatoxin, which we are happy today is being commercialized, and today farmers are really enjoying it. And the good thing about it is between 2013 to 2014, when we had that sensitization, after that there was a reduction in the rejection of Nigerian products as a result of aflatoxin. Very, very important. Because after that, before then, we were having a lot of them. So when we did that sensitization, things dropped. And so today, with aflatoxin in place, so more effort are being made.
So as important or as serious as this issue is, I'm aware that aflatoxin is not included, it's not considered as a national problem, so as a result it's not in the food safety bill, which has been in National Assembly for quite some time now. So how do you handle this? I mean, it's not in the food safety bill, and yet it's a national issue. So what is your agency doing doing about it?
Okay, I'm just trying to get this now, but it would be a big mistake if aflatoxin is not the national food safety bill. Because aflatoxin is danger. In fact, it's number one. I don't know how to describe it, but it's very, very bad. Because in fact, on our course of our sensitization, we discovered that the bread we eat every day, the food we eat the air we take every day, all these have been, if not well stored, they have been contaminated by aflatoxin. Okay? And that's why a lot of people get, in fact, at a point, they say a lot of states, they are reporting death. That you cannot explain how it came. But because the liver have been destroyed by this aflatoxin. It's not what you see. And from this, what scientists say that no matter how you cook the food, You cannot destroy the aflatoxin inside because the food has been contaminated. So it's very important that so it should be a national issue. And that's why institute like PACA, this Pan-African NGO that PACA, they did a lot of work on this. I think they should also, I don't know if they have met them, but they did a lot of work on mycotoxin and aflatoxin. So it should actually be in the National Food Safety Bill because it's a national issue. And more important is that it's even affecting children. Yes, a lot of children die because they are taking contaminated products, which unknown to the parents, unknown to even people that are supposed to handle them. Once a bread is stored in a place that is not where this thing, and that's why we also become part of our good storage practice is that when you are storing things, don't store things on the floor. You must have what you call pallets. You are storing your grains or your bags of grain, you should have it on top of pallets. Because most of this something, if you pick it from the soil, from the floor, it gets the product, and product where to get mold from mold, this is developed.
This is a very serious issue. I mean, talking about it, I'm also like I'm becoming like emotional.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Because if you go to like some stores in the market, I mean, you have what you just described now is exactly what they are doing there.
Exactly.
So do you have like a monitoring unit to go to, I mean, these places to ensure that food are properly packed or properly stored in order to avoid, I mean, these issues that, because, anything you take into your system can either make or destroy someone.
Exactly.
So what are you,
Helene, I want to
here?
assure you that for us, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, the export of safety food is key to us. And that is why, because let me give you an example. Beans, when we export beans is rejected. Not because the beans is bad, no, but because what they use in storing the beans is above what is required in the countries. Again, most of the time, what we use to preserve beans in Nigeria is not recommended. Some of them are even banned overseas. And that's why sometimes you see people eat beans in Nigeria. They say family of 5 just eat, consume the next morning, they're all dead. But these things were not, because it was not, So it's very, very essential that we know these things right from the on-farm. And that's why we're building sensitization. Now, let me give example, for example, using this example. In fact, just last week I'm talking, by this time last week, we're in Oka in Anambra State to do sensitization, going to traders. In fact, normally we go to do the workshop in classrooms, invite them, but no, say no. What we have done, we developed what we call quality charts, not in English, not in anything, just pictures. Oh, this is good, you mark good, this is not good, don't dry on the floor, it's bad, so mark bad on that chart. We go to the traders in the market, we distribute them. And that's exactly what we do also did for aflatoxin when we campaign for aflatoxin. We were going from state to state. After that, we go to the market, tell them, don't not do this, do not do it. And then, in fact, that chart and some other sometimes we put it in local languages. We also use radio, television to do sensitization. Okay, so there's a massive, and in fact, at a point I was in Benue, and I remember I did a massive work in Benue when we talked, because Benue is the food bucket of Nigeria, so a lot of issues had to do with this thing. So we did a lot of campaigns, and that's how we've been doing. So for us, it's a very, very key issue that we're tackling with all our
So what's the responsibility of, I mean, a consumer like me who goes to the market? How do I know if the beans, I'll give you for instance, I love beans.
Yes. Yes.
I went to a restaurant and I ordered for beans. And immediately I tested it. I threw it off.
Okay.
Because it was so, the chemical they use in it was so bad.
Thank you.
And I asked the woman, why are you selling this? So how do you protect the consumer? How do I know that this is infected? How do I know this food is not safe from the market?
Thank you very much. And that is why the value chain, there must be control in the value chain. You don't want to sell beans, assuming you just come to Abuja, want to start selling beans. You just carry beans in go and start, before the next day put it in the market, start selling beans. No, it's not supposed to be so. There must be registration process. You want to sell beans, there must be association. There must be an authority that regulates selling of beans. So you go there and register. And when you register, the people you are going to buy the beans from, either a wholesale or anywhere, must also be registered. So in that case, there's what we call traceability. So if I'm selling beans in the market, I should be traceable. If I sell bad beans in the market, I should be traceable. Okay? So, and that's the process. If the hotelier that sells the food for you must know the customer where he buys the things from.
Okay.
The customer knows the wholesaler who sells to it. So until you get to the farmer who sells it, that's what called traceability. And that is what is missing in everything we do, especially in the food chain. Okay? In Europe, you don't just assume you are selling up. You can't just go to the market and sell it now. No, you must be registered. You must be a licensed farmer with a number given to you. Then you sell to a wholesaler. Wholesaler now says to maybe it's a super chain. So everybody is registered. If there's a problem in the supermarket on that apple, it is traceable to where that apple will go. You trace it, and that's this what we call recall. They recall and destroy. Okay, that is what we should also be doing here. The meat we eat, the beans we eat, the rice we eat should be traceable. Everything we do must be traceable, and that's the need for control processes and all that. It's not a rocket science. You don't have to do just a process so that we know everybody. Just like what you are doing ID card now, you are doing NIM, NIM, you are doing BVN. It's just to know the person.
So do you have like a database of the farmers?
No, we are not Ministry of Agri.
Okay, that's
yes.
Yeah.
But if it's exporters, yes, we know our exporters, we register them. But for farmers who can't register from because we are not. Except to have program. For example, if it's export crop, we do that. And that's what our campaign we are doing today. If you look at this banner here, this one by this, you see cover what to call go for certification, go global initiative. So it says all these are certification processes. In other words, you don't just go to export market without certification. It's the certification will give you, will make the man to trust what you are bringing to their country is safe. If you have ISO 9001, it's global.
Okay.
So anywhere they say, oh, this one has met the international standard. If you go for organic certification, meaning that what you are growing is good for the health. You are not using chemicals to produce your food. Okay? So once you see a food with that stamp, you know, oh, this one is good. Okay? If it's for sustainable agriculture, meaning that you are planting your cocoa, you are getting your cocoa from a place that is the environment is not destroyed because you are planting cocoa. Okay? If you are doing palm oil, you have the RSPO there, meaning that you are doing your farming in line with international environmental standard. Okay? So this is why the certification, and that's why we're preaching to our farmers now, our producers, our exporters, to go for certification. Go for one certification, it helps you.
Okay, that's very good. Of course, this sensitization is going to the farmers, exporters. Now, for the investors or for those who want to get this product, what should they be looking out for? I mean, just in case they are not aware that the farmer is supposed to get this certification, what should they be looking out for starting products?
The first thing you do for a product is certification. Okay. If you're an investor, if you produce whatever, certification is key. Okay, for example, you are a lady now, you enter a supermarket. I mean, you enter a chain store. You want to buy clothes. People are looking for Gucci. People are looking for all those designers. Yeah. Because when you have a product, say this is Gucci. Oh, you already know. 100% you are sure that the product will be okay. Yeah. Is it not?
Yes.
So that is how it is. If I see a product ISO 9001, I say, oh, this is it. I'm not looking 2 times to go and buy the product because I know the certification. It's a certification I trust. So that is key to whatever and everybody is doing. You must be certified. Okay? You must be certified. Just like in Nigeria, you must produce water or food, you must go for NAFDAC. And when the consumer sees NAFDAC there, he sees, oh, so yeah. Yes, it's but the international scene, NAFDAC might not play that role. So you need international, certification that will play the role. And that's why. Okay,
talking about AFA-SEAG, right? Now, it boils down to the farmers getting this product. So what is it, the government, or how are the farmers embracing AFA-SEAG? Because now we have the solution to aflatoxin in food. So how are they embracing it, or what are you people doing to also encourage them? Because of course they're going to spend money, and these farmers might not have enough funding. So what exactly?
Thank you very much. I want to say that AFLASAFE is one of those best innovative products in the market, which is a solution to aflatoxin and aflatoxin issues, especially in maize, groundnut, and all that. So we are very happy because with that, if you use that to grow your maize and manage the process, remember after even growing the maize, you must manage the process so that you don't just get it somewhere and do the opposite and become. So, but if you get it right, meaning that if you use Aflasafe to do your groundnut, for export, 100% will be exported. And that leads to what we are talking of certification. Because if a certifier knows that you are using Aflasafe for a product, meaning that you already have, an ingredient that can help to manage the process. So it's 100%. Okay. So I want to actually thank IITA for developing it, but also thank Harvest Field for commercializing it. I think this is since I don't know, but this is one of the best collaboration that I have seen in agriculture. And I want to commend, like I said, those two institutions and Ministry of Agri, because I also note that Ministry of Agri have been giving farmers, this Aflasafe at no cost to them. I remember the president of Maize Association said that. So this is good. For us and Export Promotion Council, we also have, that maybe the next season, we can as well, when we are doing our sensitization, we can as well also get some quantity of Aflasafe, to get to the farmers, to also make the farmers know. Because it's important thing to know the value of Aflasafe in their product, management. If they don't know it, it's no matter how much you give to them, they won't value it. But when they know that if I use Aflasafe to do my farm, wastage will be low. Okay? If I use Aflasafe, instead of being rejected, my product being rejected, it will not be rejected, it will be accepted. And it will even get more customers because your product is well certified in the market. People would like to get from you. Okay? So it makes them to go for it. At a point, they will buy it themselves because they know that it's a value to them. Okay? But like I said, initially, we will try as much as possible to also get it to the farmers.
So at what stage do they use this Aflasafe? Is it at the flowering stage or
yes,
planting?
Yes, I'm not an expert in that, but I know that they use at farm level.
Okay.
From what I heard during the launch of the product, it's at farm level. But like I said, most importantly is that the fact that after when you harvest, try to manage your crop very well in terms of storage, in terms of handling, so that you don't the product not get mold or grow bacteria that cause this mold that cause abuse and aflatoxin.
Okay, so away from Aflasafe, what is our exports products like? How is it being accepted globally? What's
yeah, I want to say that in terms of export, Nigeria has been doing very, very well. Yeah, Nigeria has been doing well. We are very lucky that our ecological zone is one of the best in the world. Yes, we have all the climatical zones, the rainforest, the mangrove, the Sahel, the green savanna. So all these are, and we have good rainfall. So a lot of products we produce here, globally, they are the best. We're talking of cocoa, we're talking of cashew, we're talking of hibiscus, we're talking of sesame, we're talking of coconut. Everything we do it is natural, okay? And so most our products is good because again our soil is very rich. Whatever you get, for example, our ginger, in terms of the aroma, yes, it's the best in the world. Chinese buy it, they produce their own, but they buy Nigeria to mix with their own, so that they can get that aroma Nigeria has on their own. So things are going very well for Nigeria. But what we need to do, like I said, is just to growing is not enough. We must add value. Yes, we must add value so they create new products and that's what Nigerians are doing. Look at this product now. This is a creation of product from Nigeria using cashew, using sesame, using hibiscus to create new products, adding value. Yes, so that's what Nigerians are doing. Very innovative. Nigerians are fantastic people. They are just innovating, and that's what we're experiencing today. People using your garlic, your ginger, to create products out of nothing, and before you know it becomes a wholesaler. So that's where the emphasis is going right now.
Okay.
Yes.
I know people often speak with me when it comes to packaging of our product, which is also very key for me.
Very, very.
Now that we're looking at the Africa Continental Free Trade, so is it also your responsibility in terms of packaging of the product, because that's also very important going to the market if we must take a stand in the market. So are you also working on packaging? I mean, it's not just to mix products together.
Exactly.
Have a good packaging.
Thank you very much, Eli. I want to say that what you just said is our core function. Even as I'm talking, last week we had a program in Lagos where we took three themes of the thing. One is packaging, two is branding, three is labeling. These are three key things. If you produce products nobody knows, it's rubbish. We talked about Gucci here. We talked about these brands. The percentage of product in Gucci products, the percentage of value in the product is less than 20%. The other thing you pay for is just branding, packaging. Okay? If you go to a perfume shop, the perfume you pay say $1,000 or look, it takes $100. The product itself is less than 10% that and labeling. So it's key. And in the modern way, like I used to tell people, the modern time, especially with social media, with internet and all that, you might not be there where your product is. What sells your product is your packaging, your branding and labeling. And that's why, especially our MSMEs, they are disadvantaged in that position because of cost, things are expensive and all that. But let's say Promotion Council, that's actually our core mandate. So that's what I've been doing. Every state, we have done programs on packaging, labeling and branding. So it's key to us.
I'm very excited about that.
Yes,
so how long does it take to get certification of products?
Okay, it depends on the certification you need. Yes, some take 2 months, some take 3 months, some take 4 months. It depends. Of course,
so you have to apply for
yes, you have to apply for it, the ability to conform because there's rules and regulations. So, for example, if your factory or whatever you produce is not yet, you have to readjust and conform so that you can be in conformity with what they want. Yes, yes.
Thank you so very much. It was really nice having this
Thank you very much.
with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine. I appreciate you.
EZEAGU, who, like I said, is the Director of Products Development Department, Nigeria Export Promotion Council. He's been able to throw more light on aflatoxin and of course aflosafe, and also what the council is doing in terms of packaging and also certification of products. Thank you and see you again. Bye for now.